All right. So what we'll be learning is we'll take you into cloud. I'm not sure we'll do that today, but as soon as we start training, we'll take you into cloud and then we'll show you as many of the services in cloud that we can show you. We'll open this room. This is where all the servers are kept. If you want to set up one, this is how to do it. All right. Take it to another room. This is the place where our 53 services are kept. What's the meaning of our 53? We'll explain it and so on and so forth. Oh, this is another room. Here, if you want to set up servers and you are not sure how many requests will come to the server, therefore you want to make it highly scalable so that whether you have 1 million requests or you have only 5,000 requests, the server should not go down, should continuously remain highly available. This is the service that you use. So we'll just show you around and then introduce you to these services and actually help you to set up, manage, and run these services. That's what we'll be doing in cloud. And at the end of that, you become somebody who can now go into cloud, specifically into AWS, and you know the services that are available to a large extent. No one man actually can use all of the services. There are close to 2,000 services there, comprising of over 30 different aspects of IT. All right. But for you, you will know the different services and you know what server you can pull, what security you can pull, what command you can enter to assemble the network infrastructure or to assemble the infrastructure that we need for the application that you have in mind. That your employer, Uber, your employer, Zoom, your employer, Google, your employer, Amazon, that you say, this is what you want to have. You know how to go in there, set up the infrastructure that will support that scenario. The ability to do that is called solution architect, or you become cloud builders. Another word for builder as we use here is R, to become a cloud architect. But once you get into a server, when you create a server and you go into the server to say, now I have a server, let me open the door and go into the server and arrange the server the way I want. Tell the server what to do, install, because owning a server is like you have an empty room, create an empty room. But going to the room, putting a TV there, putting a sofa there, putting a bed there, and all of that is up to you. So the way to tell the system, create another room for here, call it kitchen. Create another room here, call it living room. Create another, now put this here, put this. You tell the system all of that by using commands. You tell your machine commands. And the commands you use here are built out of the operating system that servers use. That operating system is called Linux. So Linux is the operating system that servers use. So after you have set up the server and the server is active, you can see it, you see all of the outside, the beauty and the labeling. To go into the server now and begin to operate the server, you need, this is the operating system that will run in. So if you do not know the commands, the Linux commands to tell the server what to do, you will not be able to do it. So you need to learn Linux commands so that when you get into the server, you know what command to type here to say, server, I want to create a file and I want to build that file to become my website. It's a command. So the kind of screen you see, so what I'll go to the command. So for that reason, so that you are not just people who build on the outside is beautiful on the outside, but when you go inside, there is nothing because you are not able to do anything on the inside. We are going to first of all learn Linux. So the first course you will learn will be Linux operating system, Linux, or more specifically, Linux commands. With Linux commands, you now know how to manage this infrastructure, or more specifically, the server. All right. And then the third course you will be learning after AWS, after you have become solutions architect. Actually, you will not yet be solutions architect, even though you would have covered the curriculum of AWS solutions architect. The reason is because nobody will hire you going into cloud to use my mouse and use my pointer like I'm trying to do here to click this and then put the server here. To click another kind of server and then put the server here. No. This is called manual operation. Manual operation. It's going to take you forever to set up a simple VPC. So what employers are looking for are, yes, people who understand how these things work manually, but are now able to write codes that will automate the process of setting up this infrastructure. So the way to do that is to go through a course that we are going to call infrastructure as code. Infrastructure as code would allow you will learn with the commands that you already know here and the services that you already know here. You will learn how to write scripts that can go into cloud on your behalf and set up server instead of you manually going to cloud to set up. So it means that if you have manage to complete a project for MTN, for example, and the project is doing fine because you set up 500 servers, you deployed your web server on one, you deployed your G server on another one, you deployed your Kubernetes on another one, all of those, and everything is working fine. By the time Glow hears that, oh, there is one JCA who designed that project that has put MTN there, and MTN is doing really well, we need him to come and do the same for. You are not going to Glow to, oh, this is US class. I'm giving Nigeria an example. Okay, sorry about that. So you will not be going to the new company, for example, Bank of America, to repeat that same project that you had deployed successfully for a different bank, all right? Maybe for West Fargo. So why? Because you would have converted the hard work of 3 years that you did for Wells Fargo, you would have converted it to codes, and you now have the codes. All you do now is take the codes to Bank of America and run the codes. And everything you accomplished in 3 years, you just see them coming up running codes in 2 hours in the new project. So that is what we call automation. Not running things manually like you did the first time, but the second time, it's already automated. Everything just comes in 2 hours, everything is. So to do that, we are going to teach you infrastructure as code using a tool called Terraform and another tool again on top of that called Cloud Formation. It is only after you have learned how to complete this task here using infrastructure, that is when we can now call you a cloud architect. And at that level, you may begin to look for work. But without this and without this, you just go straight to this one, like I guess many of you already have, and that's why you are here. You now realize that, oh, that is not what the industry is looking for. Now back to learn this. All right, take another break so I can take your first. So this is what we are going to learn. So after the first 3 months, month 1, month 2, month 3, you first of all become a cloud solutions architect. And if you now decide, oh, this is beautiful, I want to go all the way to the top to become a DevOps engineer, we'll now build on top of this and then make you question. All right, no questions. Okay. What is infrastructure as code? What does the term infrastructure as code mean? Anybody?
Okay, I think it means more like creating an automated, more like creating a script to automate processes. So
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really have
that's good
a
enough.
robust idea about it. Just
yeah, that's good enough. I mean, yeah, let's just see if everyone else is following. Samson, Sheyi, what's your idea of infrastructure as code? What is it?
Also, infrastructure as code. Can we also, in addition to automating, is it also called configuration?
What are you configuration is a general term, loose term. So what are you configuring?
Configuring our infrastructure in the cloud instead of manually. That's the automation. So is it also called configuration, or just for right now, Terraform? Is Terraform only used for automation?
So Terraform automation is the technology. Now there are tools for every area of IT. There are specific tools that we call to make that possible. So Terraform is one of the many tools. It's the most popular tool that we use for automation. We are going to learn scripting using Terraform. We are going to learn scripting using CloudFormation. But it's basically about automating manual processes. A manual process will be, for example, like you are manually going into the console of AWS to use your mouse to drag and drop stuff. That is manual. The automation will be writing a code that will perform that manual task without your intervention. Code by itself will run to speed up the stuff. That is it. So infrastructure as code is automating the provision of your infrastructure. Yes, I will explain that for them. I just wanted to see if you have an idea. All right. So that's what infrastructure as code is.